What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Seth, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dead Cells, which is one of my all-time favorite roguelike games. This is pretty much the best side-scrolling 2D roguelike game out there, guys and gals. Like, seriously, I already have videos on this game, but that was back when it was still early access. The game has actually changed an awful lot. It's actually coming out on the Switch if it's not out already, and as we can see right here, with your help, trust, and confidence, we finally made it to version 1.0. So the game ended up actually coming out of early access and is a full launch. That's so cool. Now there is a lot more to it. Obviously, we've got an older file here, but we're going to start again. Start a new file here. I'm just going into this absolutely blind, like straight up. I just started playing this game, guys. So I don't even like... I don't even remember the controls or anything, so hopefully we're going to be able to do some damage here. There's been a complete overhaul to the combat since I played. You know, there's tons and tons of different weapons. The bosses in general are going to end up being most likely a lot more difficult, and certain enemies types hopefully have been a bit more rebalanced, because one of the big things that would happen with this game is at the later portion, you would end up just focusing on a few very specific set of items. So anyways, I'm going to try and hopefully see if I can end up doing some decent stuff here and get a decent run. Aren't you the headless fellow that's been getting around? Excuse me? Yeah, that's me. Hello, thumbs up. Meh. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Ah, yes, that's right. No tongue. Or face. Anyways, it must be strange to be back from the dead. I don't know, it's okay. I mean, surely you must have noticed. Not really noticed what? You can no longer die. I don't really understand it. But you're not the first to find yourself in this situation, and that's what you want to know, right? Okay, I don't really know what you're talking about, dude, nor do I care. Okay, right bumper to take. Let's just take that. Let's also, do we want to take a shield? I always suck with the shield. Absorbs 75% damage when you end up actually timing your block. I kind of suck with these. Oh, they actually changed it a little bit so you can just hold it. Maybe, man alive, just goes to show how long it's been since I ended up playing this game, dude. Like, seriously. What's the roll button again? Is that going to end up being one of the L buttons or B? Okay, B. And that is a little fast travel point that we just ended up unlocking there, so we can kind of use that to go through the environment. And I love how fast the game ends up playing, dude. Like, that's the biggest thing about it, because you can just really get into it. It's very fluent, the way that it operates and everything. It's got so many nods to Castlevania and other games, and even right there, as we smash the door open, it stuns all enemies on the other side. So there's lots of nice little tactical awareness things that you can end up doing, which will end up, like, actually helping you out in terms of like the combat and everything like that. And I'm just generally noticing that the combat is definitely a lot more fluent than it used to be. Like, it's not really that it's changed that much, it's just that it's gotten a little bit better than what it was previously. And gold and stuff like that is going to end up being used for merchants when you end up finding them a little bit later. So you can end up, you know, buying new tiers of gear. You can actually even find legendaries, as far as I've heard, which I think is really, really cool. And then stuff like this, that guy's like a special boss enemy. Oh my gosh, jeez Louise. But stuff like this is where the Castlevania style or Metroidvania style of gameplay ends up coming in, where we don't actually have the power up yet in order to activate that weird gelatin thing. And that's kind of the way that the game not only gives you shortcuts to other areas that you'll end up gaining access to later. Yeah, that's a new enemy type for me. But also just the fact that you'll have, you know, access to special areas that might be a little bit more difficult and offer you more opportunities to end up getting like better gear, kind of a risk-reward situation, right? Okay, gotta watch out for these guys. They're really trying to wreck my face here. We're getting lots of money though, geez Louise. So many fast travel points too, which is really nice. Ooh, and we got a chest right here. Hopefully it's going to end up being something good. Ooh, what is that? I've never seen this before. Sinew Slicer 2. Fires spinning blades at nearby enemies, inflicting bleed damage. Okay, that's interesting. I'm curious to try it out, dude. So we got a shield enemy right here, and there we go. Okay. You go ahead and put your back towards, like, the wall. That's perfectly fine. Oh, gosh. Let's just try and get rid of this guy. I'm not used to the cooldown either. Ooh, and we got another special ability off of that guy's drop. Burns enemies. Okay. What do we want to do? Get rid of our bow or get rid of our melee attack? Is this... Ah, that's actually a new ranged weapon. So let's take that. And then... Whoopsie daisy. I want actually... How do I swap those weapons around? How do I swap these around? There we go. Okay, so that'll actually let us very, very easily swap the weapon placement just for the controls, because I like using a controller when playing this game. Oh, that's like such a cool ability, dude. Oh, that's so cool. All of those AoE attacks were really, really good when I was playing this game back in the day, because eventually the enemies later on just like one-shot your face. So it was really, really good to have more and more crowd control. So it's nice that they have these little abilities. So speaking of a merchant, here we go. This guy's quite expensive. An ice grenade, an infantry grenade, which inflicts moderate damage, does 100% more damage to a burning target. I'll take it. That's one of the things that I love about this game, is because that's actually a random ability on this, right? So with it, we just conveniently ended up getting an ability that works very, very well with the other attack that we just ended up getting, which is just the thing that sets them all on fire, right? You know, because normally we might not have gotten that. And then there we go, we got a blueprint. So that's going to end up being one of the biggest portions of the game, which I absolutely love. And your greatest incentive to press on and continue forward is we got blueprints for a weapon. So if we research it after we die, you'll see what that's going to end up being. That's what the souls are in the bottom right. So just on top of our money on top by the map, you can actually see we've got 6 souls, right? We'll end up spending those to unlock new weapons, but also to upgrade our favorite weapons. And then you gotta try and risk to actually getting them out in the environment, right? So this thing is going to end up upping our stats. We can actually choose. Red is going to end up meaning that any of the abilities that have red on them, so our grenade, our fire attack, and our sword, are all going to end up having benefits by us getting this skill. Whereas the tactics one is going to be for purple. So you can kind of see right behind me here, our fire ability is going to end up being affected by it, because it's actually got a dual color synergy to it. But then also the trap that we throw on the ground is going to be affected by it. And survival is just quite literally going to end up being not only our health, but any other green items that we would get. So let's just increase our brutality. It's kind of cool that they ended up doing it that way, because originally the game just had it. Originally the game just had it where you could increase like your strength, your dexterity, and your health, or something like that, if I recall. It's been like a long time since I played this game. Well, look who it is. I am the collector, and I'm about the closest thing you'll have to decent company around here. Bring me the cells you gather from the others in exchange. I'll procure a few useful little items for you. Should you stumble upon a blueprint, bring it to me, and I will introduce you to some more experimental items. See what I mean? Really cool stuff, dude. Really cool stuff. Random starter bow. Permanent upgrade. Locked. Unlock 2 more items in order to end up getting this, because normally we don't actually get a bow as a starting weapon. That's only on the first time that you end up playing through the game. Random starter weapons and stuff like that. Restock. Refreshes a shop's stock at a very reasonable price. Unlock 20 items in order to get that. Then there's like the hunter's grenade right here. Unlock 20 more items. Jeez Louise, it's actually pretty crazy. So let's just put towards getting the health flask, because these are going to be like the Elysian flask that you see in the Dark Souls game, right? So unlock a health potion that can be used at any time, and now we actually have the opportunity to upgrade to the next flask, or preserve up to 3,000 gold when you die. So you get to keep a certain amount of gold if we end up upgrading this enough, right? And then recycling transforms items found on the ground or treasure chest into gold, 7% of purchase price as well, and blah blah blah. Really cool stuff, right? And you can see all the unlocked items and locked items too. So we can kind of just see like, okay, this is the later tiers of the potions and junk like that. Really cool stuff. We actually are going to only have like a couple of flasks. So depending on the flask that you end up having, you're going to end up having more charges in it. And you got to replenish it at potion stations, which are essentially going to end up being around this guy, right? What is this guy? I don't know who this guy is. 1 mutation available. Okay. Hold to talk to him. I'm really happy I found this great stinking pile of corpses. Okay, that's kind of weird. Mutation. What is this? Reset mutations. Combo. 103 DPS for 15 seconds after killing an enemy. Ooh. Ooh, so these are like buffs that you can end up choosing for your run. A minus 37% cooldown time on grenades. This is so cool, dude. And then survival mutations. There we go. Recover 2 HP after an enemy dies. That would be extremely useful. Ammo for your weapons as well, because apparently you have a limited amount. Dead inside, 30% more HP. This is so cool, dude. They've actually like changed this game so much. Pile of corpses. Funny, they look a little like me. Oh. Okay. Oh. That's kind of creepy. A mechanism is keeping the door from opening. Excuse me? What do you mean a mechanism? How do we end up actually getting through the door? I want to get through the door. Why are they letting me, like, siphon through this? I guess it's just supposed to be a little bit more to the lore and stuff like that, right? Can I get out of here? Like, seriously? How do I actually get on out of here, dude? I don't remember how I'm supposed to actually open these doors. Oh, I see. See, when I went to the mutations, it says we had one available, but I immediately looked at the money. So that's us resetting all of these mutations. We're actually being forced to pick one. So I'll take the one that gives us the less cooldown grenades. Let's give us the one that makes it so that we have more attack for 15 seconds. Because that just sounds overall cool to me, dude. I don't know if those are permanent. I think you just have them for the run. But this is where we recharge our flasks. And let's just go out into the world and see how far we can end up getting, right? So your current time is also going to end up being very important as well, because for certain areas, you might end up coming across a timed door. And if you get to it fast enough in your run, you're going to have access to like a whole bunch of different items that you wouldn't normally be able to end up getting to. Okay, I don't know if we can actually get to here. Jeez. There is actually a secret up there, but we don't have like a high enough jump in order to get this. There we do. There we do. We got it. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, give me that blueprint for the assassin's dagger. Excuse me very much. Very cool, though, dude. I love it. What is this again? What is this thing? I wonder if this has got to do with... Is that a ground pound? Okay. Maybe we don't have a strong enough ground pound in order to do this or something. Because I know that you can get some abilities that will end up giving you a bit more strength towards your attacks and junk like that. Let's go take a peek at this. What's down here? See, here's one of those timed doors. Look at this. The door was sealed at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, so 2 minutes too late. But that's okay. I usually never end up getting any of those, just because I'm always a little bit too late. Okay, let's just take care of this guy right here. Give me all the souls that you can get. And you, excuse me. But man alive, like there's so many varied weapons that you can end up playing with. Like there's lots of like spears and dual swords and great swords and stuff. There's so many really cool things. The blood sword is a really unique style of weapon that actually makes it so that you will, I'm pretty sure it actually gives you like, whoopsie daisy, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. Gives you like a lifesteal at the cost of actually not doing that much damage. So you gotta keep all of that stuff in mind, right? Man, I am like so bad at this game, dude. They're all giving their indicators that they're attacking me too. And it's like, I'm sitting here just trying to attack them and failing at it miserably, dude. Like seriously. Oh my goodness gracious. But that's the whole thing, is as we're getting all of these cool new weapons and stuff, we have to get them on this run. Like we have to get through the area in order to see the benefits of actually being able to keep the blueprints, because otherwise we won't get to keep them. You know? So we gotta try and get rid of this idiot right here, because otherwise he's going to end up shielding all of these guys. Excuse me? I always get greedy with it, man. Like, that's one of the big things about this game, is I'm always sitting here thinking that I can, like, get in and get, like, really greedy with how I end up attacking. And I'll usually end up going for an extra hit rather than playing it safe, which is how you're actually supposed to play it. Because if you don't play it safe, well, you're just absolutely dead. Look at this. We need 3 different keys in order to end up getting into there and getting that weird laser crossbow. Man alive, that's pretty cool, dude. But I don't know if we'd ever be able to get something like that. So you can see right here, like, that's a little bit more of a defensive way of playing. Spartan sandals. Okay. Maybe we would need those, or be... Oh, maybe you gotta just jump from a higher height in order to smash through the ground. But it looks like we'd be able to smash down into that whole other area. Kind of interesting. But anyways, let's just continue on. And oh, here we go. Demon chest. So we may as well, like, we should probably just do this. The way that this works is we're gonna end up being cursed. So just one little hit and you're dead. We were already gonna die in one hit anyway. So we have to eliminate 10 enemies in order to lift the curse. Right? So it's, yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky to end up doing. But it should be worth it if we can end up getting it done. So we got a new sword right here, Twin Daggers 3, which is actually really good for this starting area. Inflicts a critical hit on 3rd consecutive strike. I really liked these weapons back in the day, so they probably are still really good. Colorless, the highest level applies. So the highest level of whatever your ability is going to end up applying to these bad boys. It's just saying that it's not going to matter, like whether or not we had more health is going to end up making these stronger if we had less brutality, right? 20% damage taken. That's a bad stat. Critical hits deal 20 damage as well. Whatever. You know what? I'll just take it because we're at 1 hit anyway, so we may as well, right? Like, seriously, what is this? Statue? Hello. A statue of a king of the island. How could he see anything with that helmet on? Is that like a Leoric thing, or is that like a boss that you can end up fighting later on? That's pretty cool. I don't know. Well, anyways, is this going to get us to the safety area? Oh, no, 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 no. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. We have to kill this idiot in order to, like, he's an elite. Yeah, he's an elite, and we have to kill him in order to end up getting our hands on, like, a special ability. Jeez Louise. Oh, he killed me right as I was rolling through him. Man, he was at 1 hit too. Oh, this game is so frustrating, but it's so satisfying at the same time, dude. Like, oh man. That's so frustrating. Well, you know what? That's okay, because otherwise this video could have just kept going on and on. And I'm definitely going to be playing this a little bit more in my off time just because I actually really enjoy it. But anyways, we lost all of our blueprints. We didn't kill him, so we didn't get to actually keep any of our progress. We didn't make any progress, in fact, outside of getting ourselves the flasks and stuff like that, because the only way that you can get to keep stuff, it's a roguelike after all, is if you end up getting to the next checkpoint. Then we would get to keep all the blueprints into our next run, even if we die. And most of all, we needed to kill that guy so we would have access to one of the rune abilities that would let us touch that weird gelatin. And there's maybe like 3 or 4 different rune abilities, at least when I last played this game. Hopefully they have a little bit more, because I liked that mechanic where they force you to fight certain mini bosses and elites rather than the big bosses that you end up fighting a little bit later on. And there are going to end up being totems, like we saw right there at the end, that will actually summon elites. And obviously elites are going to be very, very deadly enemies, but they'll give you the opportunity of actually gaining really, really good equipment, right? Back already? Seems like you've been having a rough time of it. No, 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 no. I'm doing just fine. Have you noticed how things seem to change each time you pass through? Because everything about the environment's going to be random generated as well. One could get to thinking that the island is alive. It's quite ridiculous, wouldn't you say? I hope the last boss is the island itself. Either way, thanks for watching, ladies and gents. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit that notification bell. Links will be in the description for everything about this game. If you want to support me, however, you can always click that join button, which is going to give you access to custom emojis when I'm doing live streams. You'll also have a custom emoji when you end up leaving a comment. Now, if you want to end up supporting me by other means, you can always check out my merch. But if you don't have any money, you should check out the links to Solidarity app as well as Gawkbox, which are going to offer you free ways of actually getting sponsored money that you can then end up donating. It's really, really cool. It's really, really easy. You just gotta play some phone games, dude. Thanks for watching, though. Regardless, everybody, really, really awesome game, and it's cool that this game has been developed as much as it has been. Highly recommend it, especially for the price. Like, this is one of the best roguelikes out there that you can get. Sign over and stay epic, everybody.